Hello again, YouTubers, and welcome to my review of the Sky Glass television from a blindness perspective. Now, what I'd like you to do before we start is not to think of this as a television in the conventional sense. This TV is powered via the internet. In fact, before we go any further, I'm going to turn off my phone's speech in case any messages come through here. So, look at this TV as a smart device, because in a lot of ways it is. It is powered by the internet. However, unlike other smart devices, there's very little, if any, delay between the actual broadcast and your own viewing of the broadcast. Now, normally you would associate Sky as a satellite provider here in the UK. In other words, you'd need a dish on the wall or the roof of your house or flat, and this isn't always possible. But thanks to modern technology, the dish has now been eliminated. You can access Sky by a puck, as they call it, the Sky Stream device, or the Sky Glass television. I have both in this house. I have a puck connected to my ordinary television, and the main TV in the lounge is the Sky Glass. Now, its wake word is SKY. So, yeah. It also uses the word hello. So, whenever you address it, you would say hello to it, as I'm going to demonstrate in a minute. And this will allow you to use the TV hands-free. Also, it can be activated as soon as you pick up the remote. It realizes that you've got hold of the remote control, and the TV will immediately come to life. At the moment, mine's asleep. It's in standby, as it often is. Let's get to the bugs first, and then I'll tell you all the good things about this TV. Now, at the moment, the audio description service has a bug in that you have to activate it every time you turn the set on. Originally, you just switch it on and forget all about it. But this is very easily gotten around, and I'll show you how to do that when we actually turn the thing on. But before we do, let's have a look at the remote control and go through the buttons that you will actually need. The remote control is about the same size as a Sky Q remote. There's not a lot in it. There were some frankly idiotic YouTube videos saying, oh, it's much bigger and this, that and the other. The shape is quite difficult to describe, actually. It's not quite a rocket shape. I'd say it's an oval shape. If you've ever seen a Rocky bar, imagine an extra large version of that, or sort of an extra enormous thumb. It's sort of the shape of a thumb, complete with the base at the tip of the thumb. The first button you're going to want to know about is the one at the very top left. This is your standby button, and that turns the TV on and off. To the right of that is a button that, frankly, you don't need. If you want to explore these buttons, go ahead, but I would strongly advise some sighted assistance. We then move down to the second row. Now, the first button on the left of that second row is a button that you are going to need. And that is the settings button when you're watching a program. I'll explain more about that in a second. The other two buttons to the right, frankly, you don't need to use. You can, but again, I wouldn't advise it without somebody there to tell you what they are. I've never really gone into it all that much. I've memorised the buttons I needed to. My brother actually helped me set up this TV. Sky don't do it for you. That's the other thing. You will need help setting this up and connecting it to the internet, because the voice guidance doesn't come on until you're online. Below those three buttons, we've got a circle within a circle. So the outer circle are 4 arrow buttons: up, down, left and right. And these are essential because they will navigate you through the menus. In the middle of the circle is a smaller circle, and this is your select button. Again, very essential. We then come down to the next row, and we've got basically 2 buttons on the left and right, superseded by an arrow button, or a couple of arrow keys. It is actually 1 button rather than 2 keys, and that is the volume rocker, as I'm going to call it. call it. It's not a slider, it's a rocker. And you have two buttons to the left of that. The leftmost button is your home button, and that's the button you're going to need. To the middle of that is another button, and I don't know what it is, so we're going to ignore it. Below those two buttons, you've got another button on the left, which is your playlist button. Add or remove items to playlist. To simplify matters, this is your record button. This adds programs to your library of content. And in the middle is a button with a bit of a dimple in it, which is quite nice. It's a bit like a C bass button on an accordion. And it says voice. And this is your voice button. And if you think that the TV's ignoring you, or you don't want to do things hands-free, you want to use the remote control to control the television, you hold down that button and speak your command to the TV. And to the right of that is the down section of the volume rocker. Then we have your numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 0 laid out like that. And the 5 has two little dots on it, just to help us out. What I'm actually going to do is put this remote control to one side, and I'm going to show you how we can control this television hands-free. When you initially switch on, you're presented with the main Sky menu. But I don't want to do that straight off, because it just makes things more complicated than they need to be. If you want to get to a program straight away, you know there's a program on that you want to watch, you can simply say hello to the television and ask it for the channel name. For example, hello Sky, BBC 2.
Home, BBC 2 HD, 102. Impossible.
And as if by magic, it is the impossible, isn't it? You're talking to the TV and it's responding. And we're on to a quiz show here on BBC 2, which I quite like. So we're going to switch that off because we don't want to get done for copyright. Put the TV into standby. This TV does have a built-in soundbar, which I quite like. I do miss my old soundbar, but it doesn't work with this particular TV, which is really annoying. The TV does come on a stand. You can opt to have the delivery people put that on the stand for you, or they'll put it on the wall. They wouldn't do it for me. I don't know why, but you can get them to do that, I think. Or if you're feeling brave, you can do it yourself. To be honest, if you're a blind person living alone, I would have them do it, because there's more screws and boxes and filth than you'd care to name that the TV and all its parts come wrapped in, and the delivery guys will take all that packaging away and recycle it, which is great. So let's go to the main menu now of the TV, and we can do this by pressing standby or by pressing home. And the home button, if you remember, is just below the down arrow in the double circle. I'm going to call that the bullseye. So there we go. The TV even says home.
For you. Brand new, Our Living World. This stunning nature series, narrated by Kate Blanchett, explores the intelligence, resourcefulness and interconnectedness of life on our planet.
Oh, I like the sound of
10
that.
10 of 22.
So, totally random there. It's just named a program. The first item you come to is recommended programs that the TV thinks that you'll like. And I do like the sound of that, so I'm going to press my Add to Playlist button.
Notification. Our Living World has been added to your playlist.
Fantastic. Now what we can do is go through this list with the left and right arrow keys on the outside of the bullseye. So
recent channel, BBC 2 HD.
That takes you to your recent channels. I'm going to go right, though, and go into this recommended programs
movie,
list.
Oppenheimer,
which is a new film.
New season,
which we can
Resident Alien.
Watch on demand.
Alan Tudyk returns.
Resident Alien. Don't like the sound of that.
Top pick for you, Wisting.
What?
Wisting investigates when 6-year-old Clifford Greenwood disappears from the hotel owned by his grandfather.
Oh, it's a police drama. I like those.
Top pick for you, Fire Country.
So these are all the top picks. If we go down,
categories, playlist.
This is our playlist menu. It should really say playlist first, in my opinion, rather than categories. But if I was to select on that,
Playlist. Everything you've added, ready to stream or enjoy later.
That's right.
Your playlists. Playlist. 1 of 2.
Now, you can make your own playlist here of stuff if you wanted to, or make this super tidy. Frankly, I can't be bothered. So, mine is split into these categories, and they are
Most recent.
from top to bottom.
Most recent.
I'm pressing down arrow here.
Select to view everything.
Most recent.
Movies.
Movies.
Sport.
Sport.
Sport. TV shows.
TV shows.
Kids.
Kids.
Kids. Apps.
Apps.
Manage all.
So,
Manage everything in playlist. 1 of 2.
manage all.
Kids. Kids.
That's all your...
Select to view
I don't know
all
why
of
it
the
says
kids shows
apps
that you
there,
have
to be
added
honest,
to
because
your
it's got
playlist
nothing
in
to
A
do
Z order.
with the external
0
apps.
of
You can
11.
use YouTube on this TV,
Home.
by the way,
TV guide.
and Netflix and so forth. TV Guide is the next option.
Collections. British comedy. Discover a new age of funny with this collection of comedy hits, including
look at that.
Romantic Getaway, Rosie Malloy Gives Up Everything and Hold the Front Page. 1 of 11.
Yes. I don't know if it's my cup of
Dive
tea.
into all-time greats on Sky.
I think these are
Sky
comedy
Originals.
films. Sky Originals. Yeah, these are all the different collections, and you can
Must-watch documentaries.
click on a collection
From
to view it
Continue watching.
and watch all these on demand.
Night WWE Monday Night Raw.
That's the continue watching
Recording
section.
the
Yes,
16th of
my
April,
guilty
1
pleasure.
a.m.
I did
Duration.
watch WWE
Top 10
the
this
other day. Top 10 this week.
Oppenheimer. Apps and inputs.
Apps and inputs. This is your HDMI inputs. The TV has 3 on the back. All my consoles are connected to those. And the beauty of it is you don't even need to go through this menu. You can simply greet the television, if you will, and ask it to connect to a certain port and play your console.
Kids'
As I've done on this
favourites.
channel many times. Kids' favourites.
Even more Sky Kids. Keep the
Right.
kids entertained and safe with Sky Kids. Discover over 10,000 episodes on demand, exciting games and exclusive Sky Kids originals.
Okay. There's nothing else in there, I don't think. So.
Moomin Valley. A dose of reality. Married at First Sight Australia. Married at First Sight. 5-star movies. Paw Patrol. The Muck.
Ugh.
Fallout.
Let's...
Great offers from Sky.
Great offers from Sky.
Discovery Plus. Something for everyone. Watch live sports, plus eye-opening documentaries, must-see reality, and exclusive originals. Try.
Whoops.
Discover Sky Live.
Sky Live, that's where you can set the
Try
camera
Sky
up
Broadband.
to your TV, which,
Web.
frankly, I really don't want to do.
Enjoy 99% network coverage.
Sky Mobile,
Explore
these
a
are the
world
other
of possibilities and join
Sky
Explore
products.
Sky Protect.
Sky Protect, that's
Have a
Sky's
brand
home
new way
insurance.
to
There's
protect
another
your home.
bug. If you hit the side of the
Discovery
screen, the TV
Something
makes
for
a
everyone.
noise.
Watch live sports,
And at the moment,
plus eye-opening documentaries,
if you've got voice
must-see
guidance
reality,
on,
and exclusive originals. Discovery Plus
it
standard at no
crackles
extra cost
and goes
for
all
Sky TV
horrible.
subscribers. 1 of 5.
Yeah, I may buy into that later.
Documentaries you may have missed.
Documentaries.
Oppenheimer.
Yeah, there's
Sky
Oppenheimer
originals and
again.
exclusives. Games.
Games, none of which are accessible, I believe. But you know, if you've got
Get to know
kids
your
or
Skyglass.
sighted
Get to know
folks around,
Skyglass.
get to know
Unlock
Skyglass.
the power of Skyglass through this selection of helpful videos, guiding you through everything from playlist to getting to your favourite shows and movies faster.
Quite nice,
1
isn't
of
it?
8. Settings.
Settings. This is very
1 of
important. I have twiddled around in here, to be honest. I changed my viewing mode from auto to sport because I think the sound is slightly better, as I'll demonstrate in a moment. And there's that noise that tells us that we've reached the bottom of this menu. So what I'm going to do is find an audio described program and show you the way to get around this bug with the audio description, and then I think we'll sign off because this is taking up more time than I thought it would, and I know people's attention spans are quite short. Hello, Sky. ITV3. Usually something described on here.
ITV3 HD 123. Classic Emmerdale.
And of course, today there isn't. Let's try
ITV4
ITV4.
124. ITV Racing, live from Newmarket.
Typical.
ITV3 HD.
Never mind.
123. ITV2 HD.
We'll have a cycle through some of these channels.
122.
Luckily,
Dress
I've set
to
the
impress.
TV to beep when we come to an audio described program.
ITV3 HD. 123.
I'll find something here.
IT,
Sure of it.
ITV HD. 125.
Even if it's rubbish, you know.
The
I can...
Only Way. B4 HD. 124.
Ah, here we are.
The Big Bang Theory.
Ugh. Hate this program, but it'll do. So let me turn up the TV. Hello, Sky. Volume 50. And what I'm going to do is press the button below standby.
Quick access menu.
That brings
Search
up the quick
shows
access
and movies.
menu.
1 of 8. Subtitles. 2 of 8. Off.
And we're going to use the right arrow.
Audio description.
You can do
3
this
of 8.
faster, but
English.
I'm doing it slowly. You guys benefit. Press select.
Audio track. English.
Press down
AD.
arrow.
2 of 2.
Press select again.
Quick
And
access
your audio
menu.
description is on.
Audio description.
You can do that
3 of 8. English.
after a
Audio
while,
description.
within seconds,
3
to
of
be
8.
honest.
English AD.
ITVX,
My uncle was accused of that too.
if you're using that. All you do, once your program's loaded, if it has audio description, just
We're not
press
exchanging gifts.
select to pause it, down arrow, right arrow, and then select.
Look, she knows that I don't
iPlayer
like
is more
Christmas,
difficult.
and yet every
We
year
actually
she
had to
forces
use
me
Ira
celebrate it. You know, not only am I going to this foolish dinner against my
find
will,
where
and
the
Christmas
audio
tree
described
lawn, there was
setting was for
mistletoe,
that.
and she
You can
kissed me
cheat
under it in
though
public.
and get it to play on
Like
your
we were the
phone
stars of a
and
Tijuana
then
sex show.
load the program up on the TV.
Just excited about the holidays.
Yes,
So the
and
audio
she's not
description
taking
is
my
on, but
feelings
these
into
guys are
account
doing
at
so
all.
much yakking that
Maybe
you
it's time
can't
to teach
really
her a lesson.
hear it in action. But it is on.
More 4 HD.
Let me
127.
just find
5 STAR HD. 128.
it's a bad
5
time of day
USA
this for
HD.
audio described
129.
programming. I thought this would be a fantastic
HD,
time. It would seem not. Ah, here we are.
Death in Paradise.
Death in Paradise.
Quick access. Subtitles. 2 of 8. Off.
Let's
Audio description. 3 of 8.
go to audio
English.
description.
Audio output. 4 of 8.
Whoops.
TV
Yeah, sometimes
speakers.
it will jump around, folks.
Audio output.
Be ready for
TV
that.
speakers.
No,
internal.
no,
HDMI.
no, stop.
1 of
This
3.
is another thing. You can't
Bluetooth
silence the
device.
speech.
2 of 3.
Oh dear.
Yeah, and I know it would be
Right.
amazing.
So I've literally pressed back to come out of
But
that.
that would be me just running away again.
The
No, I've
home
done
button
enough.
is right next to back.
Quick
by the way.
access menu.
So
Audio description. 3 of 8.
Again, let's go to audio description.
track. English. AD.
English
2 of
AD.
2. Audio
And we can
description.
select
3
from
of
that.
8. English.
and away
Audio
we
description.
go.
3 of 8. English AD.
Now you'll have to set this every time you change
You
channels.
can
So
curse me if you want.
channel surfing is not a
She
good idea.
silences him with a kiss.
There we go. There's your audio description in full flow. And that program's finishing. So we'll switch off. And that, my friends, is the Sky Glass. The sound is pretty awesome. You can't really appreciate the sound on a recording, I've found. Even in a stereo recording, I've tried looking at various YouTube videos and it just sounds the same. But I had the TV on volume 50 there. Let's... Hello, Sky. TNT Sports 1. Let's find something quite powerful.
TNT Sports 1 HD. 413. T100
And I'll try
Singapore.
and show you
TNT Sports 2
the
HD.
power of these speakers.
414. Bologna v Monza.
Yeah, here we go. Football. That'll do.
So much so that the press in Italy have been talking about a prospective transfer fee.
It doesn't help that I'm sitting at an angle to the TV.
Euros.
So there you are. That really is quite powerful. The auto setting is supposed to adjust the speaker according to your program. I didn't think it did a very good job, so I just set it to sport and left it on there. And that works very well for me. So there it is, folks. The Sky Glass from a blindness perspective. Overall, I would rate it at 7 out of 10. There are some bugs that need sorting out, and Sky were very blasé when I rang them up about it. Although, to be fair, they've never really had to deal with this problem before. They were also reluctant to send out an engineer because, as the lady who spoke to me, who was very helpful, to be fair, in other ways, as she pointed out, a lot of this is powered via the internet and via internal software, so there's not really a lot an engineer could do apart from a factory reset, which, to be honest, is just a complete pain. We can't do it ourselves as blind people. We need somebody else to do it. I didn't feel like paying 50 quid for somebody to do a job that, frankly, I could ask somebody else to do. So there it is, the Sky Glass. Improvements to be made, to be sure, but still a cracking bit of telly. This is the future. This is Sky. Believe in better. By the way, they didn't ask me to say that. Catch you later, folks, and I hope you enjoyed this demonstration.